The schools of Traverse City have always possessed the enviable reputation. This fact is due, first of all, to the desire on the part of the citizens to offer the young people of the city the very best educational advantages.
For over 150 years, the cornerstone of education in the Traverse City area could be found on 7th Street between Wadsworth and Pine. From the all-wood construction of the Union School building in 1877, continuing with a Queen Anne-style brick and stone building built in 1886, and finally, the 1936 Collegiate Tudor Gothic reconstruction of the main building after a fire in 1934, which still serves our community's students today. Traverse City School Superintendent C.L. Poor wrote this excerpt describing a newly completed addition to Traverse City Central School for the 1923 Pines Yearbook. The readers of this publication are invited to take a trip through the new senior high school building with the Pine staff and enjoy in contemplation the splendid facilities which the building offers educationally to present and future generations. Our party will start from the second floor of the old building. We will go at once to the Assembly Hall, a large, well-lighted room seated with 192 student desks, which will all be used for study purposes by students when not in class. Off from one end of this room is the principal's office, while the library reading room and stock room open into the other end of the Assembly Hall. Across from the corridor are the physics and chemistry laboratories, with the lecture room between. We also note the glass partitions to the laboratories, which make it possible for the instructor to supervise the laboratories while teaching a class in the lecture room. The commercial department is housed in a large bookkeeping room and 2 smaller rooms for shorthand dictation and typewriting. There are 6 classrooms to be used for English, modern language, history, Latin, and more. A nurse's clinic room and 2 toilets complete this floor. We will now descend to the first floor. We note the music room, which will make a home for the school band, the orchestra, the chorus, glee club, and more. We again seek the stairs and proceed to the ground floor. Here we find the gymnasium with its splendid playing floor of 60 by 92 feet, uninterrupted by posts or columns. Along one side of the balcony, 12 feet wide, seated with 166 baseball chairs, and underneath, which are bleachers which will seat 450 more. The gymnasium will be provided with locker and shower rooms for the girls and boys, respectively. We note that the kitchen is directly across from the gymnasium, which will make the serving of large banquets convenient and easy. We go from the general offices to the auditorium. Here we find the lower floor built on a saucer shape with 840 opera chairs and the balcony seating 255. There is a fireproof picture booth in the balcony, which houses a fine moving picture machine, which was purchased with the profits from the lecture course. We next direct our attention to the boiler room, which is built to the south and west of the new building. Here we find 2 large high-pressure tubular boilers with the 78-foot smokestack just to the north of the boiler room. We observe the 400-ton coal bunkers. Take a peek into the 2 fan rooms, in each of which is a large motor-driven fan, which furnishes heat and fresh air to the building. Our trip being complete, we leave the building by one of the main entrances and, looking back, we observe the building as a whole and are impressed with the massive though artistic lines, the simple though symmetrical architectural design, and we are impressed with the fact that Traverse City has a building which is not only complete in its various appointments, beautiful to look at, but a building which, because of its substantial construction, will go on down time as a monument to the enterprise and forethought of Traverse City today. We conclude our trip happy in the thought that the youth of this fine city, both born and unborn, have, and will come into their own educationally.
The school year has come to a close. It may be that Traverse City will someday erect a handsome new building, but there will be engraved on the memory of each one of us a picture of the present building as it now stands. When we recall the many happy days we have spent together within its walls, friendships we have made we will carry, some of them perhaps through a lifetime, and our remembrances will ever be of the kind and faithful instructors who have struggled not for any personal gain, but for our development.